Mr. Van Prague, I'm warning you to stop this exhibition. I find it offensive and you could be breaking the law. I'm warning you, you better bloody stop this exhibition.
Oh, go away, Van Prague. You're holding up the Naval Review.
I'm warning you, you better bloody stop this exhibition.
Va te faire foutre.
It's too late, Sergeant. I was staggered by the summons. Makes a man feel like a real heel. I've seen girls wear less in Tivoli shows.
I'm disgusted by the action of the police. The French costume I wore was like an overcoat compared to costumes I've worn in Tivoli shows.
Can you describe to the court Miss Niland's mannerisms?
Miss Niland proceeded to lean backwards and tie the knots on her hip, and you could see her thighs.
Did you approach Miss Niland after the exhibition?
Yes.
And she said?
I'm 23 years of age and I please myself what I do. And I bet you bloody enjoyed it.
Nothing, sir.
Miss Niland, do you remember walking down George Street on October the 11th or 12th wearing a French swimsuit and being photographed by a Daily Telegraph photographer?
That was quite an accident, sir. My coat fell off.
Miss Niland, would you please show to the court the two costumes you are holding? Now, in your opinion, would the Tivoli costume contain less material than, say, the French costume?
Yes, it does.
And what costume were you wearing at the exhibition, Miss Niland?
I was wearing this one, the French costume.
Now, could you please hold up the brassiere of the Tivoli costume? As your worship will see, the Tivoli costume is much more scant than the French costume. How did you know about the exhibition, Sergeant Caldwell?
I had a program.
Well, I put it to you, Sergeant Caldwell, that you went there specifically for the purpose of looking at the costume.
Your Worship, I'm a promoter. It is not in me to stand up to embarrassment, public ridicule, where there's a question of cancelling an event that's due to be staged. And that's why I walked away from Sergeant Caldwell.
Lionel Van Prague, it is abundantly clear that you procured this offence, the commission of an indecent act, and you are guilty of aiding and abetting Miss Niland in that commission. I fine you 10 shillings and order that you pay 8 shillings, being court costs.
Your Worship, at a recent War Loan rally in Martin Place, girls paraded in French costumes. I mean, if it's good enough for the government, it should be good enough for me.
Patricia Margaret Niland, you have been charged with indecent behaviour in wearing a French costume in a public place. I find the offence proved, and I fine you the sum of 5 shillings and 8 shillings being court costs.
Our movement is disgusted with this French bathing costume.
Yesterday, a young woman in George Street wearing a French costume and looking like Eve in Eden caused a near riot.
My fellow delegates and I wish to see the civil authorities ban it.
It's only a matter of time before we're getting about in our natural state.
I've never seen a bathing costume in the Woy Shire that has shocked me. I think the Ordnance Act governing bathing costumes should be brought up to date. However, females wearing the French costume have a right to appeal to me.
Had she nothing on the top of her body at all?